everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I need to do some weekly reading wrap-ups. I've skipped like 2 weeks or so, but this Sunday I'll combine all of the weeks that I'm missing and post a wrap-up for those weeks. I've just been so busy, it's actually insane. But we are going to go ahead and we are going to do my February TBR. I only pulled a couple of books just because you never know what's going to happen and I can always pick more. So let's go ahead and go over the books that I have picked specifically for February. First up, I have The Crash by Freida McFadden, and I'm very intrigued by the plot to this one. It kind of sounds like a couple of other books I read by her, minus the crashing part, where there's a woman who is 8 months pregnant and she's going on this trip trying to escape her life. She gets in a car wreck and gets taken in by this couple. And I'm kind of theorizing here that they maybe have wanted a baby or something and they're keeping her there to try to get her baby, which is, you know, already kind of a weird, terrifying plot. But I kind of feel like maybe one of them isn't as fully on board as the other one. Next, we have Out of the Woods, and yes, these are recent releases. You know what? It's happening anyways. But in this book, we follow a couple who is trying to reignite their relationship and just generally save it. So they go on this trip in the woods, hoping that they can do exactly that there. I read Out on a Limb and I loved it, so I'm very excited to read this one. I haven't read the other 2 books that I own, but I have heard good things. I think that this is going to be a good next book. And I will probably go back to the other 2 after I read this one, which I know people are probably like, what are you doing? Read the other 2. I don't want to do that. So next up we have Off to the Races by Elsie Sofer. And this is the Gold Ranch series. I have read her Chestnut Spring series and I liked them enough, so I decided I would go ahead and read the series before that one, before I jump into her most recent series, which just makes the most sense to me. It just does. Anyways, I'm going backwards, I'm going back in time. I'm very excited. I recently picked this book up. It is North is the Night, and I know very little about it, but I didn't realize that Emily Rath was the author, and she writes the hockey series that I like. And I mean, also these edges, this came out a while ago, so I was kind of surprised that my Barnes & Noble still had edges. And I'm actually obsessed with the naked hardback cover. Like, do you guys see that? Look at how freaking gorgeous that is. I really have high expectations because I do love the hockey series that she writes. So if this is bad, I might be sad. Finally, I have Under Cold Moons, which I have carried over from last month. I know I said I was going to read last month, and I think I said I was going to read the month before. I am forcing February to be the month that I read this book. Quite literally, I will drag this book to my couch, screaming and crying if I have to, because I need to read it. My friends that have read it have said that this is probably right up my alley and that I will love it. And I'm sure that if they're saying that, I will absolutely love it. Why I haven't picked it up, I don't know, but I'm sure I will. And I think that another book came out to this series. I'm going to have to look. So if I like this book, I'm probably going to wind up buying the second book because I only keep authors and books that I thoroughly enjoy, and I try to buy more books by authors that I enjoy. So for example, I liked The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, but for some reason I didn't realize that she wrote another book that I'm currently reading, which is Vicious. And so I'm probably going to wind up buying Vicious and the second book, and then there's a third book coming out. And then any books that I see by her that I want to read, I will probably just wind up buying them outright. But I'm very excited because this is an indie author, and that just means I have another indie author that I have on my shelf if I love this book. Those are the 5 books that I have, you know, complete control over for February. Those are the 5 that I will absolutely be reading, and anything else just kind of comes along the way. Will I read those 5 first? Probably not, but I will be prioritizing them. And so maybe I will read them first. You never know. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on Friday with another little 5-book recommendation video. I really have no idea what else to call it other than a 5-book recommendation video, but I am going to be doing romance.